Thanks, our favorite cell phones akimbo. We need to get started. Suggestion of anything.
San Francisco.
Placenta.
So when I was 8 years old, I had a cat that was pregnant, and the cat decided that my closet was the place where it was going to have its kittens. And like when a cat decides, it decides. And there are no other changing the facts of the world. Like somebody could have like gone to wreck that house or like tear it down. If that closet would have been there, that cat would have been having its kittens. So I didn't have a closet for like 2 weeks. Which means that because the cat just like laid there and was like waiting to do it, and I like heard a sound. It sounded very distressing. And 8-year-old me, like mom's not around, open up the closet, I see this cat, just me by myself, giving birth. And like, this is embarrassing. I like set up shop. There was a show going on, so the cat gives birth to 6 kittens. It's life, come on. That was all like whatever, gravy. What really got me was that the cat eats the placenta. But like even 8-year-old me was just like amazed by this. So to this day, whenever anybody mentions birth of anything, I'm like, so what are you gonna do with the
Get me thinking about sex, really, because that's how you get together, sex, and you create a being, which presumably has a placenta. So when I think back about sex, I think about one of the more uncomfortable experiences I've had in my lifetime. Each winter, I go down to Boca Raton, Florida, to visit my grandparents. My grandparents are in their mid-80s. They are, thank God, healthy. They're lovely. They still have their wits about them, and I really value the time I get to spend with them. There's not a ton of activities we can do in their community. I go sit at the pool with the older folks. We go to dinner at 5:30, and sometimes if there's energy left, we go see a movie. And they're not for movies, they like subtitled movies. My grandfather is a little hard of hearing sometimes, so when there's subtitles, that's great. So I heard about this foreign language film called Y Tu Mama Tambien. I didn't know much about it, I just had heard it was great, and as any of my friends will tell you, I love seeing all the nominated awards, all the good films that are out there. Sometimes I'll research it, sometimes I'll just go on a whim. This was more of a whim. So I asked Grandma, Gubby and Grandpa, do you guys want to go see Tu Mama Tambien? This sounds like it's a good movie. Sure, hon, whatever you think. We trust your instincts. So I'm seated between Gubby and Grandpa in the movie theater. And I don't know if you've seen that film, but it opens as it ends, as it is through the middle, with a lot of sex. And the opening scene is actually a man taking a woman from behind, I think, and it's that uncomfortable at the beginning and stays straight through. And I have never had a longer 128 minutes of my entire life. Midway through the film, my grandfather, who's, like I said, hard of hearing, leans over to my grandmother and said, "Elaine, our granddaughter took us to a porno film."
Placenta, like there's some fetishes I don't get. And like there are a lot of things I can like, maybe I won't engage in, but I can understand the logic behind why they're fetishes. And my roommate, my freshman year roommate at UMass Amherst didn't really have a lot of those blocks in his brain, and so he would collect just the most bizarre, like not even sexy porn, just like weird shit. And call in large groups of people to watch it with him. This wasn't like a solitary viewing activity. He wasn't getting off on this at all. He was mostly just like drinking Jim Beam, doing his math homework, and watching two Japanese ladies. Well, anyway, so there's. So one Friday night, there's he posts like messages on everybody's Facebook. He says, I found this the fucking craziest shit. You guys have to come over tonight after dinner and watch it. And so 25 people are sitting in my dorm room, and first part comes on, and it's 2 young women, and one of them is laying on her back, and they're both naked, and the second woman sticks a funnel in the first woman's butt. Not a family show, guys. And right as she picks up the bucket of live eels, the video ends. So in part 2, the logical sequel to the first part, the eels go in. They hang out for a while, everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, and then right as the party scene starts, movie ends. So third part starts up, and everybody's like screaming. There are girls in our hall who have never been exposed to this kind of awful debauchery before. Nobody's aroused. And just as the eels start triumphantly resurging into the waking world, our RA knocks on the door, and we slowly open it and just say, "Hey, Stacy, just saw some cool YouTubes." And we didn't get written up, so I'll give that a victory.
Hey, Greg, thanks for coming to my study group.
Yeah.
Big test coming up, and I just really want to make sure that we get this thing down.
I'm really stressed about it too.
I'm not very good at physics, but I mean, if I don't ace this, I don't know if I'm going to graduate college. So I take these things very seriously. I hope you don't mind that I put something on to help us relax.
No, I mean, definitely a little bit of ambient music or whatever helps me get in the mode. So
Okay, all right.
absolutely.
It's just you ever have the TV on just to have the noise?
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm just going to turn something on. I'll put the volume down low. Thanks. All right. You might have heard this one. It's called Tentacle Rape 4.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really good. You haven't seen Tentacle Rape 4?
I don't feel like this is a common thing. No.
All right, well, all I have is the VHS, but it's pretty good.
Could you put something else on?
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Okay, yeah, I can put something else on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that doesn't get me thinking of, I mean, it is physics.
This is a problem I always have. It's like when you like a band that's super indie, and not everyone's gonna like that band.
No, it's not like that.
I don't want to force it on you or anything like that. What?
It's not really anything like that, is it?
I think it's not, all right? You know? All right, I'll just put that. Hey, whoa. Hey, no, I'll read them to you. You just let me know.
I think I saw Billy Madison, for example.
Billy Madison. Oh, yeah.
So-
All right. Billy Madison.
Yeah, that's funny.
Gets DP'd. Let's watch it. All right. So.
No, put them both in my butt.
No. Okay, this is my favorite part.
There it is.
So, with sine and cosine, when it comes to physics, what happens is I don't really understand physiological planes. Hey man, listen, we're trying to study here.
I can't concentrate. This is
Too good of a movie?
all right. It's disarming.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's kind of like when Shawshank Redemption's on, I always have to watch it.
Yeah. No, that's do you have that?
Hey, well, I'm sorry. I just call it Shawshank Redemption. That's the shortened version. It's actually Shawshank Redemption and ejaculation on a face.